Good afternoon. This is Adam Tuyana with RJO Futures in Chicago, coming to you on Thursday, October 9th, 2014. Going to give you a quick rundown on the coffee market. Coffee prices last traded 222.20. That's in the December futures contract, puts coffee up 7.75 on the day. Another very big day for coffee, up almost 4% on the day. This market has been extremely volatile, as well as some of the other markets in the commodities futures here across the board. We've seen a little bit of dollar weakness today and yesterday, even though it's kind of struggling today. And that has inversely put a lot of pressure on some of these commodities. However, coffee has been rallying, and that's due to a lot of the fundamentals that coffee has behind it. You look at the Brazilian harvest, which is where a lot of this move has been precipitated by, is the lower yields that they have out there, the hot and dry weather that we spoke of before. This is really old news, but at this point, it looks as if a lot of this old news is kicking in. For a while, you had tons of supply out there as far as coffee goes, and the global demand has continued to be pretty strong. So we're starting to chip away at that overwhelming supply that we had, and now we're starting to look at some of the newer numbers that are out there. They do look pretty bullish, meaning there's not a lot of supply going forward. So that's where we're seeing a lot of these big price jumps in coffee. We have been waiting a long time on these old supplies to be dwindled down to a point where we like to see this coffee trade above $2. Now we're here. After this last push, from a technical perspective, you can look at the charts. I think that we probably come into some resistance at this area, somewhere around 220, so we might trade sideways. I think probably an aggressive pullback is in the works, at least for the next week or so. So keep an eye out for that. Upside resistance for coffee is going to be 225. Downside support is going to come in at 211. So that is where you can expect to have some support in that area. Once again, this is Adam with RJO Futures in Chicago. If you do have any questions, any comments, you need help on something having to do with futures, options on futures, please reach out. I'd be happy to help you. Have a great day. Futures and options on futures may involve substantial risk and may not be suitable for all investors.